let's just get right to it. The universe is constantly communicating with you. It's not ignoring your requests, not at all. The answer you've been waiting for, it's probably already arrived. You know the feeling, right? You meditate, you visualize, you put your intention out there with all your might, and then crickets, just silence. It's so frustrating. It feels like you're just shouting into an empty void. But what if that void isn't empty at all? What if the answer is being whispered and we're just expecting it to be shouted? And this right here, this is the whole problem in a nutshell. We ask for the final destination, but the universe gives us the very first step on the map. We're looking for the finished masterpiece, completely missing the single paintbrush that's been handed to us. So, how does this whole connection actually work? Well, it's not some single grand miracle, it's a much more subtle process. I want you to think of it like you're building an invisible bridge that connects where you are right now to where you truly want to be. The mystic Neville Goddard had a perfect name for this. He called it the Bridge of Incidents. And it's basically a series of seemingly random events, coincidences, that step by step lead you directly to your desire. The trick is, you can't see the whole bridge from the start. You can only see the very next plank right in front of you. Now, what's so fascinating is that this isn't just mystical thinking. The famous psychologist Carl Jung, he studied this phenomenon really deeply. He called it synchronicity, those moments when the outside world seems to perfectly mirror what's going on inside you. These aren't just random accidents. They're signals that you're totally in alignment. So here's the big disconnect. We expect the sudden windfall, the perfect partner just showing up out of nowhere. But the universe, it provides a clue, an idea, maybe an unexpected invitation from a coworker. It gives you the first domino, and your only job is to just tip it over. Okay, so how do you actually spot these first steps? How do you learn to read the signs? Let's get really practical here. This is your field guide for recognizing the language of the universe. First up, repeating numbers. You've seen them, 1111 on the clock, 222 on a license plate. Now, don't get lost in some complex numerology here. Think of this as a simple confirmation ping. It's the universe just saying, hey, I hear you, you're on the right frequency, keep going. There was a woman, Anna, who started just simply acknowledging these pings, and her business funding, it materialized within a month. Next, those overheard snippets of conversation. You're agonizing over a decision, and then someone at the next table says the exact phrase you needed to hear. The universe is literally using people as messengers. This one guy, Dimitri, was miserable in his job, and he heard a stranger say, the biggest mistake is staying where your soul is already left. He quit the next day and, well, he's absolutely thriving now. Third, unexpected objects. Finding a coin on the street, seeing a book you were just thinking about, these are physical confirmations that you are in the flow. Take Maria. She dreamed of moving to a new country and then found 30 euros on the street. She saw it as the first step, and just a year and a half later, her dream was a reality. Number 4, specific dreams. And I'm not talking about the crazy symbolic ones. I mean those dreams that feel hyper-real and give you actual, actionable information, a name, an address, a phone number. A man named Alexander dreamt of a very specific cafe. He went there the next week and, you guessed it, he met his startup's lead investor. These aren't just dreams, they're instructions. Now this one can feel a little counterintuitive. A canceled meeting, a missed flight. We see these as major setbacks, but so often they're divine redirections. The universe is closing one door to guide you to a much better one. Alina was rejected 5 times from her dream job, only to find out later the whole company went bankrupt. Those rejections were actually protecting her. 6th sign, offers of help. When someone offers you unexpected advice or a contact out of the blue, just accept it. Our pride makes us want to say, oh no, I've got it. But that person might be a literal piece of your invisible bridge. Igor found affordable housing in a brand new city simply by accepting a phone number from a neighbor he barely even knew. And finally, the most powerful sign of them all. After weeks, maybe months of worry, you suddenly feel this profound sense of peace. You just know. Nothing on the outside has changed, but inside, you know it's handled. This is the state Neville Goddard called the Sabbath. The work is done. A woman named Olga felt this exact calm, and a month later, a project landed that allowed her to pay off every single one of her debts. Okay, so now that you know the signs, we have to talk about the one thing that can unravel all of this. The single biggest mistake that keeps us stuck, waiting for an answer that, yep, has already arrived. This is it. This is the saboteur. We see the repeating numbers, we overhear the conversation, we find the coin, and our logical brain immediately jumps in and says, oh, that's just a coincidence, it doesn't mean anything. You see, when Goddard says doubt is the only sin, he's not talking about morality. It's not about being a bad person, it's about mechanics. Doubt is like static on the line, it just breaks the connection. When you dismiss a sign, you're basically telling the universe, I don't trust your answer, show me something else. And if you do that enough, eventually the signals just stop, because you've proven you're not really listening. So how do we fix this? How do we train ourselves to truly listen and trust? Let's look at a really simple but powerful practice you can start today to open up that direct line of communication. It's a simple 3-step dialogue. In the morning, you just ask, show me a sign today that my desire is on its way. Then, during the day, you just pay attention. Be aware, but don't obsess over it. And in the evening, you acknowledge what you saw by writing it down. This creates this incredible feedback loop. You ask, the universe answers, you acknowledge, and the answers get clearer and clearer and clearer. And all it takes to build this new habit, to really fundamentally change your perception, is just 7 days. So that's the challenge. For 1 week, just commit to this 3-step process. Treat it like a fun science experiment. The hypothesis is simple. If I pay attention, will I see a response? You're not trying to force anything. You're just opening the aperture of your own awareness. Ask in the morning, pay attention during the day, and acknowledge at night. Just see what data you collect. The answers you're looking for aren't off in the future somewhere. They aren't hiding from you. They are right here, right now, woven into the fabric of your day. So the only question left is, are you ready to finally see them?